78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but what if I told you that with just one simple strategy, you could break free from that cycle in as little as 6 months? Today, we're building your financial safety net. Welcome back to Cashflow Kingdom, where we make personal finance simple and achievable. I'm here to help you build real wealth, one smart decision at a time. Today, we're tackling one of the most important foundations of financial security, your emergency fund. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to build 6 months of expenses, even if you're starting from zero. Let me start with some real talk. Most financial experts recommend 3 to 6 months of expenses, but here's why I always push for 6. Life happens in waves, not drops. A job loss doesn't just mean finding new work next week. The average job search takes 3 to 6 months, and that's in a good economy. Add medical emergencies, car repairs, or family situations, and 3 months disappears fast. 6 months gives you breathing room to make smart decisions instead of desperate ones. Think of it as buying yourself time and peace of mind. When you have 6 months of expenses saved, you're not just financially prepared, you're psychologically free. You can take calculated risks, negotiate better at work, and sleep better at night knowing you're covered. Here's where most people mess up. They guess instead of getting specific. Grab your phone's calculator, because we're doing this right now. First, add up your absolute essentials: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, and basic transportation. Notice I said essentials, not your Netflix subscription or dining out budget. This is survival mode money. Let's say your essentials total $2,000 per month. Multiply by 6, and boom, $12,000 is your target. Now I know that sounds massive, but stick with me. We're going to break this down into bite-sized pieces. Write this number down somewhere, you'll see it daily. This isn't just a goal, it's your financial freedom number. Every dollar you save gets you closer to never having to stress about money emergencies again. If $12,000 feels overwhelming, you're normal. That's why we're starting with baby steps that build momentum. Your first milestone isn't 6 months, it's $500. This covers most minor emergencies and gives you that initial confidence boost. Here's the strategy: start with just $25 per week. That's less than one dinner out or a few coffee shop visits. In 20 weeks, you hit your first $500. But here's the secret sauce: automate it immediately. Set up an automatic transfer every payday, even if it's just $10 to start. The amount matters less than the habit. Once you prove to yourself that you can consistently save, your confidence grows and you'll naturally find ways to save more. Maybe you'll bump it to $50 per week, cutting that timeline in half. If this strategy is helping you see emergency funds differently, hit that like button and subscribe for new money tips every Tuesday. Now let's supercharge your savings without making life miserable. First, audit your subscriptions. I guarantee you're paying for stuff you forgot about. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last month. That could be $50 to $100 monthly right there. Second, try the pay yourself first reverse psychology trick. Before you pay any bill, transfer your emergency fund amount to savings. You'll naturally spend less on everything else when the money isn't sitting there tempting you. Third, embrace temporary sacrifices that don't hurt long term. Pack lunch twice a week instead of buying it. That's potentially $150 monthly. Skip the premium streaming services for 6 months, you can resubscribe later. The key is viewing these as temporary investments in your security, not permanent deprivation. You're not cheap, you're building wealth. Here's where smart savers separate from the pack: you need your emergency fund earning money while it waits. Don't just stuff it under your mattress or in a checking account earning nothing. Look for high-yield savings accounts offering at least 4% annually. Online banks typically offer better rates than traditional banks because they have lower overhead. Your emergency fund should be earning money, but it also needs to be accessible within 24 hours. Avoid CDs or investment accounts for this money. Emergency funds need liquidity, not maximum returns. If your emergency fund hits you $1,000 and you're earning 4%, that's $40 yearly in free money just for being prepared. As your balance grows, so does this passive income. Every dollar your emergency fund earns is one less dollar you need to contribute from your paycheck. Let's be crystal clear about what constitutes a real emergency, because this is where people sabotage themselves. True emergencies threaten your health, safety, or ability to earn income. Job loss, major medical expenses, essential home repairs, or car problems that prevent you from working, these qualify. Your friend's wedding, a great deal on a TV, or even Christmas gifts do not qualify, no matter how you rationalize it. When you do need to use your fund, don't feel guilty, this is exactly why you built it. Use only what you need and immediately start rebuilding. If you use $2,000, make rebuilding that $2,000 your top priority. Here's a pro tip: consider your emergency fund a loan to yourself. Would you skip payments on a bank loan? Treat rebuilding your emergency fund with the same urgency. This mindset keeps you prepared for the next unexpected expense. Let's put this all together into a concrete plan you can start today. Month 1, calculate your exact target and set up automatic transfers, even if it's just $25 weekly. Focus on hitting that first $500 milestone. Months 2 and 3, audit all expenses and redirect found money to your emergency fund. Challenge yourself to find an extra $100 monthly to save. Months 4 through 6, increase your savings rate as you build momentum and confidence. By now, you should be saving at least $200 to $300 monthly. Remember, this isn't financial advice, I'm not a licensed advisor, but this strategy has helped thousands build their safety net. The best part? Once you finish building your emergency fund, you can redirect that same savings habit toward other goals like retirement or a house down payment. You're not just building an emergency fund, you're building a wealth-building mindset that will serve you for life. Look, building an emergency fund isn't glamorous, but it's the foundation that makes everything else possible. Start with your target calculation today, set up that automatic transfer, and take the first step toward financial security. Drop a comment below with your emergency fund target number. I read every single one and love seeing your progress. For more strategies on building wealth from the ground up, check out that playlist right there. And remember, every dollar you save today is buying you freedom tomorrow. I'll see you next Tuesday with another strategy to level up your finances.